How we doing, folks? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Second day of the week. Any blunder picks worth looking at this morning, game? Can we get a 2-star? Can we get a 2-star? Can we get a 2-star? Any 2-star? Nope, never. Not a once. Yeah, I think we're actually gonna start with the electric Sill Valley deck today. Is my plan. When there is a 2-star, it's Looker. I mean, I'm missing Looker. I'd spend hourglasses on Looker. How many do I have? Like, this is... It's such a useless feature. I have 1,300 of these things. Just like enough to the point of them being pointless. It's very, very, very silly. Hey, thank you for the 19 months, Stogel. I really appreciate you coming back. Say it. Thank you for the half a year. Good morning, good morning. Pythreon, coming in hot for over 7 years. Good morning, good morning. First energy advantage here, looking lovely. Although I suppose if they have candy, they're not too upset to have that themselves. Got me. Hey, look, they helped me find my Zera, chat. That was nice of them. My mismatched Zera auras, because why would we want to have pretty matching cards? Someone made a suggestion for Wonder Picks that I really like. I think something that would go a long way in Wonder Picks, and it wouldn't even solve like a whale like me wanting 2 stars, but I think it would be good for regular people, is you should be able to toggle which booster packs you see in your Wonder Picks. So like you should be able to turn off sets you don't care about. We won the 60-40. Is he dodge a Geel Body here now? Dodged a rare candy. Can we dodge a Geel Body? Quarthian, thank you for the over 6 years. Welcome back. Coming up on 7. And if they don't have a Geo, I do, which lets me dog them out here. Quick and clean. Thanks for the Mars reset, Gamer. That would be nice for things like new players to find Sabrina's at Wonder Picks. Well, if you're a brand new player to the game, you should definitely be trading for 1 diamonds and 2 diamonds that you're missing. I would save Wonder Pick currency exclusively for 3s and 4s. Huh? I think I lead Zara here. It's a shame I don't have Dawn. If I had Dawn, we'd lead this and then get to move into this and it'd be sweet, but let's go ahead and use this. Is it a 9-win streak with the Garchomp Stoutland deck? Yeah, it went sweet. Ended up points playing that one yesterday. Ah, want to guzzle me, do you? We'll see. We'll see about that. Give him the claw. Very likely we'll check out Dice Throne Digital on stream. I've talked about their paper game a number of times. They make a good, sweet product. I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to burn my Pokemon Center Lady on this when I could potentially Pokemon Center Lady or Ikorio later. I think we retreat and clear with this regardless of the coin. Is Tapu Koko not good? There's a couple of Tapu Koko decks in the new decks roundup this morning on the YouTube channel. Check that out. Not a top meta player by any means, but I think you can do some things that are competitive with it. Definitely feeling like an Oricorio angle here. So Type Nemesis is a somewhat upgraded Farfetch. Is that why it's so prevalent? It's not really Farfetch at all. It's a basic that evolves into a really powerful stage 1. Sometimes it does 40 for 1, so I guess that's why you're making the unreasonable comparison, but as always, things are a sum of their parts, and a lot of the different things about Type Doll are very appealing. But the evolution is a big part of its appeal. Hitting for 100 for 2 is a really solid rate. Get some of this chip shotting in while the chip shotting is good. Celesteela could technically get us with the thrusters. Honestly, really excited to see them burn a Cyrus on not taking a knockout. That seems exceptionally good for us. Wait, what? Oh, they have the deal 120. JK, lol. I knew that. I knew that somewhere in my heart of hearts. Are we cooked? We might be cooked. We're keeping here just to play around to Sabrina. I don't have a Cyrus to finish this, unfortunately. So we're definitely retreating here. I think I'm Pokemon Center Lady Egg as our enabler this turn. So I need to clear this. So unfortunately we have Sabrina and not Cyrus here. Dead to Guzma and Giovanni. What do you think of the meta right now? I enjoy the non-rare candy games of Pokemon Pocket. That one ain't gonna do it, boss. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Not bad. Hey, master your stare with this deck archetype. Yeah, these mostly 1-point decks with Sylvally are mostly base. Definitely been my favorite things to play. Also had pretty all right stats in the tournaments this past weekend, like we covered in the meta report. Like it is. Thanks for the almost 5 years. Welcome back. Double Zera. Sometimes lucky, I suppose. We're going first, so I'll wait to play the other one out until after I research. Just take a little bit more information. Like 99% sure we're playing it out, but there's no punish for holding on to it, so we might as well wait. Definitely want to hold this cape against what could be Guzzlord, most likely. This cape lets Silvally get up to 130, which dodges a Guzzlord breakpoint. Celesteela here is weak to lightning, which means Zeraora does get to two-shot it, which is solid for us. Double Nihilego. Is there a poison arrow in my future? No poison barb. Stellar for the home team. We're looking for basic Pokemon here, so I'm going to go ahead and research before I Pokeball. Ideally, I think we want Oricorio and type Null. Perfect. We do have a copy of Dawn, yeah. Dawn with Zera lets your Silvally hit for 100 on the second turn. Which is pretty great. A lot of damages, gamers. Dawn? Lovely. Alright, well that means they need, that means they need a Lusamine. So you get to swap this up, and then Dawn both gives us energy to attack and enables our 100-point hit here. Snag that extra energy from earlier. We're so brave! Now, if they have Lusamine, they get to hit us again and then apply some real pressure, but we're probably fine here. They hit with this. I guess this means they're not Lusamining us, though. Yeah, I should have played the keep out. Just didn't know where I wanted to commit it to. We brick out the supporter here, we're gonna be in trouble. Yeah. I go to 40. They hit me, I go to 10, I die, so I put the cape on here, I live. The double-headed rocket grunt into the Mars get us out of our supporters. Unfortunate hit. Sometimes they have it all. Needed like one of 3 things to break our way that game, right? I needed their Team Rocket Grunts to only hit 1 heads. I needed them to not have the Guzma or for the Mars to hit our supporter. Alright. Need to let some adverts roll so they don't go over the top of gameplay. We'll throw the deck list up on the screen. Thanks everybody for hanging out to a good era to be kicking the day off with a couple hours of pocket, just like yesterday. I appreciate the folks that are here early for it. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tap the like button. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. I appreciate the almost 60 folks that have done that already this morning. We're gonna hop on the old bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride it where I like. There's no place with the history of pocket decks you played like there is for sap decks. Not in real time, no. The YouTube channel kind of serves as, these are things I've played that have felt reasonable, though. But this is a mobile app that lacks many very basic features, so... It's a shame the Lightning decks are all pretty mid. This deck was one of the best performing decks in tournaments this past weekend, Rip in Peace, in case you missed the meta report. I don't think it's at all a reasonable comparison to say it seems pretty mid. Are there any decks with the low end Raichu? There are not. Not that I've been putting up any consistent competitive results. Some sporadics here and there, but nothing with a real meta presence. For the third of a year, Spinal Celery, welcome back. Good morning. Kartana. My kingdom for a Giovanni, eh? People always say that about every game, and I always have to disagree with it, because I think it's very wrong. The idea that the ladder isn't one-to-one with tournaments. The difference between the ladder and a tournament is that all card games are fairly high variance, Pokemon Pocket included, and in any high variance game, it's very possible to have a streak with a deck that isn't very good. So decks that aren't putting up consistent results in tournaments can still have sporadic good streaks on the ladder because variance cuts both ways and you can have a good run with a bad deck. It doesn't make the deck good, it's just how variance games work. Alright, well, let's see if they can draw me one of my 2 copies of Giovanni here. It's always a little bit sad when people playing trash cards don't get punished. Working their way through Oricorio is interesting. I think I'm going to take this first knockout point here. It's close, though. I also just don't want to mark damage on this when I can one-shot it with Silvally anyways. So, like, they put the Pheromosa back up here. We'll pivot to Silvally, and then use Gladion to enable a one-shot. We're kind of hoping to find our copy of Cape, so Silvally can get up to 130 to survive a big beat hit. Lusamine could still get us into trouble here. If they have Lusamine and get to put down Silvally, I'm going to be a little sad. I'm not going to play this other basic out because I don't want them to be able to Sabrina me out of the Oricorio. So they have to put Buzzwole or Celesteela up here. Oh, they could switch out of it, but they can't end their turn onto the Stork. Otherwise, Brave Buddies threatens to clean them. Yeah, I think Lusamine means we're dead. Hey, recovering. Thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. My aggressive use of Cyrus earlier was probably wrong. Well, I don't know that it's going to matter ultimately. Might still have hope with the bird. I don't think so. Especially without any energy this turn. It's pretty unlikely that this is enough to close. Maybe with Pokemon Center Lady there's a shot. If they have another Lusamine, they could also just flip coins on this every turn. We are through both their Kartanas though, which is nice. I wonder if they're debating just leaving. They could be debating leaving the Buzzwole in until they're ready to flip coins. Putting the Pheromosa up lets them die to Cyrus. Although I guess this also leaves them dead to Cyrus, so weird play. I think I messed up early in this game, and burning this to clear their Kartana was probably a mistake. Something I talk about a lot. Usually want to save Cyrus for the lethal blow. And I just used it to get like some early value, which was likely a punt. Nothing to see here, just a yellow chicken against the world. Alright, just need a couple of tails, yeah? %50 of the time, it works every time. I believe in you, yellow chicken! Chicken, chicken, chicken. I love the long tank here before they just like finally flip their coin. Got him. Look at this. Look at this skill-based game. I thought we were gonna lose. Just gotta believe. I'm worried Pocket is falling into the classic TCG trap of releasing cards that seem to be for pre-designed decks with specific cards, and it's really limited brewing. So, it feels like they're gonna have specific sets where that's the case, Penguin. And this set is definitely one of them. It's something I've talked about. I think it's a little unfortunate that the most powerful decks in this expansion are cookie cutter pre-builds that there really isn't much to explore. Like, very clear which Ultra Beasts you're supposed to play together. And the Arceus set was similar to a degree as well, right? Like, the Arceus had very clear, these are the cards you're supposed to be playing together because they had synergies together. Snap update on Steam. Sweet. That should be their self-publishing build that's going live today. We're very good at having double zero in our opener. Definitely not complaining about that. I think in Pocket, the sets with parasitic design, i.e. ones that have cards that very clearly and obviously work together, feel a little bit worse than they do in the traditional paper game, in no small part due to the economy. Because, like, especially for free-to-plays or small spenders, just anybody that got unlucky and can't spend enough to get through it, like, you know, look at the Ultra Beast deck, right? Like, let's say you want to play Buzzwole, but you didn't open Celesteela's, or you didn't open some other supporting piece, or you opened those but not the Buzzwoles. It means that a lot of the cards in the set are only useful once you have a lot of the set. Meaning that it's hard to get to experience the new thing without pouring a large amount of money in a lot of cases. If they have Candy Glade, we're just dead, basically, yeah? If they don't have Candy Glade, they're dead. Not particularly compelling gameplay. I guess, can we maneuver with this? This takes 110 with 1 energy, so Cape lets it live for a turn, I suppose. Hey, Eggs, thanks for hanging out for almost 2.5 years. Welcome back. Alright, and the hope here is we find our copy of Oricorio, yeah? I want to maximize my chance of finding Oricorio, so I'm going to Professor's Research before I Pokeball, because if this research draws a non-Oricorio basic, it means the Pokeball is more likely to find Oricorio. I'm gonna Giant Cape here. And honestly, I'm gonna sit on this because I can Gladion into a Type Null, which then makes the Pokeball more likely to find Oricorio next turn. If they have Stoutland, the game's over, and it does not matter. We can't play around that. There's no point in talking about it. Alright, there's the Type Null. Go ahead and Pokeball. There's our chicken. Buck, buck, buck. I'm already going to be susceptible to a Sabrina, so I might as well play out this Type Null to give me some more flexibility. Oh, wait! Playing out the Type Null with the Silvally and the Dawn actually means we threaten lethal if they don't have a heal, yeah? No Lily, one time dealer? Well, shoot. Oh. I'm gonna save this as a surprise because it's not lethal next turn either way. I think I play this out so that way we don't get caught by a Sabrina. And then we held the Giovanni. So, this means that I get to go ahead and clean them here with this. If they don't have a Sabrina, we're in a pretty decent spot here. They're actually, if they don't Candy now, they die to the Dawn Silvally, yeah? What a close game. That's so sad. Man, we almost beat the turn 2 rare candy into Gallade. I don't have any outs here, right? Because they had turn 2 rare candy into Gallade, and they had the Lily too. If they hadn't had the Lily on top of it, the Sabrina with Silvally could maybe have snuck it out. Rats. This is my first time catching a stream after your video about turning the YouTube comments off on the Pocket channel. I wanted to say a couple things. I enjoy the way you stream and the approach you have in creating card game content. I hope you continue to find joy and financial incentive playing Pocket. Should you stop playing Pocket, I think I'll probably continue to follow whatever game you're playing. I feel like being a part of the community has elevated my experience playing Pocket, and I'm confident it would be the same in any other game. Thanks, say it. I appreciate you actively supporting the stuff that I make here. It's gonna be an interesting year for everyone involved in, well, capitalism. We'll see where content in general goes. One of the things that's tough about this job as a very data-driven individual is like, it's hard. Like, the sub count on Twitch is way down at the moment, and it's hard to know, impossible to know really. Like, is it down because Pocket metrics have fallen off, or is it down because 700,000 people in the United States lost their jobs last month? Could be a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. And we'll just, we'll never know. We'll see where all these cards land, so to speak. There is no recession in Ba Sing Se. Yep. Hey Jeff, could you recommend a deck for the current AI battle? The EX Dragon is so terrible and inconsistent, you can kind of do the AI battle with literally anything that's remotely serviceable. I think I'm currently batting a 100% win rate for the first time ever in one of those events, playing 2 Darkrai, 2 Guzzlord, 16 trainers. But I think this is the most flexible you can we've ever had for one of these types of events. Not a chicken matchup. Zeraora providing its own energy to retreat with is kind of a interesting thought when we're going second. Hey Mirth, thanks for the 3 months in advance. I plan to be here. Thanks for keeping me around. Ooh, them proactively evolving into Silvally means that I'm getting kind of punished for not doing this. Or I could just top deck it and be a powerful wizard. Really love Giovanni in these Silvally decks right now because there's so many mirror matches. And being able to 110 them is real good. We are very brave. Very brave. Them moving up Type Null here is stellar for us because it means they don't have Candy Rampardos yet. Well, at least because they put the Type Null up now, they're not going to be able to retreat, so that's nice. And then because we're all single knockout point Pokemon, we might be able to power through this Rampardos yet. I think I want to maximize the chances of this finding my Silvally, so I'm going to go ahead and Pokeball. Perfect. And then obviously I need to play this so we can clear this in one. And then is Dawn Silvally lethal next turn? It is, right? Because they'll put up Rampardos, they'll go to 100, and then I'll put this up, we'll put an energy on this, we'll Dawn it up, activate this and correct them for 100. This game snowballed very quickly. They can have a cape here to have a shot, but even that probably doesn't do it. Because they can't continue attacking. We're all one-pointers. Rampardos is a good finisher. It's not a good take your first knockout point Pokemon. This deck looks spicy. Can I see the deck list, please? This deck list was covered in the meta report this past weekend. It was one of the best performing archetypes as an up-and-comer in our tournament. I'm gonna keep your finger on the pulse of the metagame. Make sure you're checking out the meta report when it drops every Monday. Ring the bell on the channel so you don't miss it. And if you want to try and stay one step ahead of the meta, make sure you check out the new decks roundup that drops on Tuesday. Came out this morning. This deck's a climber. It's been a decent couple days for climbing for us so far. I'll lead type null, I think. And a good run with Garchomp, Stoutland, and Duskmane, Stakataka yesterday. Duskmane Nekarasma is one of the best promo cards they've put out to date for sure. Make sure you don't miss picking up 2 copies of that or you're going to be sad about it later, I would wager. A second Zera Aura for me. Lovely. Celesteela jumps up here, I assume. Yep. I believe my deck is out of basics. Yeah, we're on 5. We'll still burn that because I don't want to be redrawing it when they Mars or red card us inevitably. Navier, thanks for hanging out for 7 years. Appreciate the folks that have been with us through the many different things we've explored here on the channel in that time period. It's been a lot. Alright, 4 copies of Silvally in the deck, huh? Can't draw any of them. You can find lots of different decks I enjoy on my YouTube channel. The new Marvel Stamp webshop isn't recognizing logins. Over under on how long they fixed it. Have they posted anything official on the new webshop being live and ready to be used? Or was it something people just found in advance? You need to log into the game first. That makes sense. Both of our type nulls and both of our researches and both of our gladiads being in our bottom half here is real unfortunate. Man, they are really banking on us just never finding Silvally, huh? So Orc Oreo set up here. They get to big beat us for 120 and clean us out. But then Oricorio cracks them for 50, and I set up type null on my bench with an energy, and then if I find the other Sill Valley, we can Cyrus this to the front of the class. They must have second Lucamine, using that one as aggressively as they did, huh? Them playing out this other Pheromosa lets me know that they don't have Kartana. I probably still Pokemon Center Lady this one, just for the sake of not getting caught by a stray Giovanni. Although that's really appealing to dig for. Dig for what's his name now? Don't think I'm playing around Geo with Cape. Hey, what's going on, Adam? We were live yesterday morning with Pocket as well. That's a big deal. Is there no longer dead to Cyrus? Really surprised they're not hitting type null here. Already cleared their other Pheromosa, right? So now I go Gladion, grab this, and then we get rewarded for holding the cape, and they get punished for not jumping this, because the cape means the big beat doesn't clear this in one. YouTube didn't tell me you were streaming this morning, even with the bell on. Yeah, their platform really doesn't promote my content. It's both wild and a little bit frustrating watching videos that have like 15% click-through rates die in purgatory because it refuses to show them to anyone. Guzma, I guess Oricorio could solo them in theory. Had that happen once today. I think we actually want to Pokemon Center Lady the Zeraora in this instance, so that way we're only dead to Sabrina and not dead to Cyrus. Opponent messed up here. They could have retreated, discarding energy to have a chance to hit with this turn. I think we go ahead and Sabrina here, so that way Cyrus is lethal next turn if they miss on their moon coin. And obviously they could have another Erica to stop that from being the case, but I think we want to play to Cyrus this turn as an out if they brick on their first coin. All right, 50% of the time it works every time, gamers. Pretty happy with how I navigated that game. I don't think we could have made other decisions to get a different outcome there, unfortunately. Has anyone played a bit with this Charizard Silvally deck? I don't understand what it's trying to accomplish from a pure theory perspective. Like, is it just like a generically good card that like clears Oricorio, I guess? Its overall stats this weekend weren't that amazing. Yeah, basically just like play more good cards, silly. I feel like has that energy. That's not the yellow chicken I wanted for Christmas. Gladion thin so you find Charizard more consistently. Sure. We're just dead here again, yeah. I don't have any supporters I can play reasonably. Oh, the rare candy gameplay. The consistent complaint from the community seems like people don't like the Ultra Beast, but I really gotta say, like, the Ultra Beast games at least have a lot of decisions in them. Even if you don't always have decisions that can lead to victory, they tend to at least have some depth to them. The rare candy gameplay is just so awful. Best be teleporting away, gamer. Well, the good news is Giovanni plus weakness lets us one-shot Skarmories, which is nice. No, I don't plan to play in Pokemon Pocket Tournaments anymore. From a content perspective, it's worse received because people watching don't enjoy open decklist stuff on average, is the feedback I've gotten. So it's impossible to justify playing in a much less inconvenient format for content that's less desirable. Do you think they have another basic? Do you think they have another Pokemon in their deck other than Skarmory? Or once we clear the Skarmories, is Oricorio just gonna solo them? My expectation is that people don't like watching open decklist gameplay because most people who watch content for card games are wanting to emulate what they see at home, and most people are never going to play in a tournament, so seeing an open decklist format is just not something that's applicable to how most people are going to play the game. They're just going to play ranked and random queues, which is not open decklist. So it doesn't match their lived experience. Is the best way to put it. I want to explicitly not play out another basic here, because if I play out another basic, we're susceptible to Sabrina in the long term. And I think we could probably win this game without playing out another one. For what it's worth, content metrics aside, I don't enjoy experiencing the piles of downtime that tournaments tend to have as well. It's far more convenient to just get to like hit the requeue button on the ladder and just keep playing. Well, the Pokemon Center lady, we might be okay here still. We'll see. I think I'm gonna continue to play around a second copy of Sabrina here though, because I don't know if they can beat the yellow chicken as is. Hey Jeff, I was wondering how many games you typically give a deck before making an intuitive call on it. Really just depends on the decks and the games. It's not so much a particular number of games that makes me make a decision about a deck in one way or another, so much as how the deck feels after a handful of games where I think my opponent had a kind of average draw. Or if I won games where my opponent had above average draws, or if I lost games where my opponent had below average draws. So like I'm far more likely to be invested in a deck if like I beat a couple of above average draws, and I'm far more likely to throw a deck away quickly if I lose to a couple of below average draws. Or like, oh, my average draw was worse than their bad draw, so probably not worth exploring this further type thing. A quote I'm fond of is, the art of being good at TCGs is extrapolating meaningful conclusions from statistically insignificant sample sizes. Because the push comes to shove, truth of the matter is one regular human being is never going to generate a statistically meaningful sample size all on their own. So you can't just be like, I'm going to play this deck and then I'm going to make a data-driven conclusion off of it because your sample is bad and you should feel bad for considering it. Is basically what it boils down to. The only time you should be making data-driven decisions is from larger data sets with hundreds or ideally thousands of games. Alright, so I just assume they think they can try and stall to a draw, but there's a Cyrus in these two cards. There he is. The salty Solgaleo. Let's finish them. Ka-cha! Oh, I have Sabrina in hand too once you finish the other one. Yeah, that's true. You're 100% there because we were sitting on her. That game right there is likely the reason why one of these successful deck lists for Solgaleo that I highlighted in my tournament report the meta report from this past weekend was playing a copy of Duskmane Necrozma. Again, really can't emphasize enough that promo is one of the best promo cards they've ever made. You should absolutely make sure you farm 2 of them before this PvE event goes away, or you're gonna regret it. Alright, we take a pause for the cause to let some adverts roll. I'm going to throw this deck list up on screen for the first half of that, and we're going to play something else for when we return. I've got a Stoutland Tapu Lele deck in the tank. I think we're gonna play next. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. This one, I think this was in the new decks roundup, or close to it. I cut one of the bad cards to put a Herdier in, I believe, because people love skimping on stage 1s. Ninja Squirtles, thank you for the entire year. Let's get you a mod sword to go with that sub shield. Appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. Wouldn't be caught dead cutting a stage 1 for a red card. They all seem to be doing it. Tina to start is not lovely. Hopefully we can find our copy of Leaf. Lovely, lovely. Who are we putting the energy on? I think it's Pup for now. This isn't attacking next turn anyways. I grab this. I think I want to put Stoutland to the active spot this turn. I think we go Candy into Stoutland, Energy, Retreat, and then Broken Space Bellow. Make it so this can't hit us with what's it called next turn. Come on, play a supporter. You know you want to. You know you want to. Oh, rude. Rude, not that kind of supporter. I take it back. Mercy. Mercy. Am I giving up Tapu or am I giving up the other dog? I think I'm giving up the other dog, or the other, Tapu. That's so close. Sylvalia is so oppressive, it's insane. It's certainly a significant cut above all the alternatives. Does Guzmaing accomplish anything? I don't think preventing 20 plays around anything, right? I'm gonna take the hit regardless. Yeah, let's go 70 them. And then next turn, assuming they hit me for 100, we can Guzma before we hit them so we don't get knocked out. They do have to put, we're not just dead here. They do have to put an energy on the Sylvally, and then we clear the Sylvally, and then with Stoutland's ability in the active spot, they are still an energy off of attacking the following turn. Because Rampardos will need 2. Truly the most broken people under late stage capitalism are the ones who are like, I don't understand, Jeff. Why would you make a decision to turn off your YouTube comments then when it makes you happier if it makes you slightly less money? I can't comprehend why you would choose happiness over money. Can you articulate? So I think the play here is actually energy into Broken Space Bellow, and then we go from there. So that way, if they discard this and put this up, the Giratina's ready to finish him. Rhinestone, thank you for the four months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. BK Sting, thank you for the 19 months. I appreciate it. I think they're cooked, gamers. Looks pretty cooked to me. Only Cyrus beats you. No, Cyrus doesn't beat us. Oh, Cyrus onto the Tito would have beat us. Yeah, you're right. So they would have given him 2 points. We beat their early Sylvally. Stoutland's disruptive ability here, able to pull through. They're a good start. Even off of our mediocre let-on Tito to start too, yeah? Good game for the dog for sure. Yeah, Marvel Snap's weekly card release is going to be kind of a tough one, I bet, from a metagame perspective. It's not going to be a particularly fun one to brew with. It's going to have really polarized deck card matchups. That's the only card releasing today, so I think it's going to be a sweet, interesting card long term, but in the short term, the way their card releases get polarized, I think it's going to be kind of a bad time this afternoon. Conveniently, regardless if it's a good time or bad time, I have a hard out that I need to be walking out of my house at 4 o'clock, which is 2 hours after the card drops, so. Yeah, it's a sweet card for next week in the future, for sure. I think we're Pokeballing first here, because I technically need a little dog and a big dog, yeah? There's a little dog. No big dog yet. We got some time. Tina, while going first, is not terrible. I think I'd rather take an energy on Tina this turn rather than a 20-point hit on Pheromosa. Because I have the Leaf in hand, so if we top deck Stoutland, I can Leaf into the Stoutland and attack with it if I put an energy on it. Picked up like $200 and into the AM shirts using your code, and they are real comfy. They're genuinely one of my favorite sponsored things I get to regularly shield. They make a lovely product. I think it's Cape, so this survives. I think I have enough energy distributed at this point that I'm going to energy arrow the Buzzwole here in the back. Oh, the Memorial Day sale is over. We should fix that. How do these sponsorships work? If you don't mind the question, like when someone spends a lot, is it a flat rate or something? So, I have an outstanding affiliate partnership with Into the AM. I've worked with them for a long time, and I get a percentage cut of the revenue that my code generates on their website. And then, like I just mentioned, their Memorial Day sale rolled off. They periodically give me a flat cash bonus to do extra promoting and, like, put the... where is it I have it here? Put the banner up on my overlay on stream and, like, have rotating chat commands and things in the title when they do extra sales and stuff to push additional sales during those windows where they have extra discounts. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Into the AMs, what I refer to as an organic sponsorship, meaning I was wearing their stuff and had purchased some of their products myself before I was approached by them to do some sponsored stuff and given an affiliate link. Those are some of the best, right? Things you're actually happy to have and are good products. Thank you. I think you torch your reputation. You torch your reputation relatively quickly in a space like this if you're promoting products that are bad. Well, they don't have an Erica. They're so cooked. So I get to Tapu, take 2 points on this Buzzwole, and then Tina can finish whatever they have behind. Yeah, the Into the AM code is global. They ship all over. Our very global economy. Tapu Lele doing what it does best, sniping that backline out here. Oh, we're dead to Lucamania. Rip. I don't think I had any agency to play around that, unfortunately. If you're trying to log into the Marvel Snap web shop that's new, you need to make sure you log into the updated game client first. Should probably make a command because I think that question is going to come up a lot today. Thanks for the biddies, Jace. I'm not clicking on a link. I don't believe you. Speaking of rooting your reputation quickly. Oh, man. Yeah, for folks that are new here, I wholly and fully subscribe to the dirty liberal philosophy of you can and should talk about money that you make. Never forget that. The idea that talking about money should be taboo is a capitalist ploy so they can pay everybody a little bit less, so... If you ever have questions or thoughts or are curious about part of the creator economy, always feel free to ask. I'm happy to share specifics. Draftbar, thank you for the almost 3.5 years. Welcome back. It's Buzzwole or Sill Valley most games, absolutely. Still can't buy multiple things at once in the Marvel Snap Web shop. Rip. Speaking of buying things, by the way, there's other parents in the audience. My toddler adores the dog Pokemon. I was thinking about if she clears enough of it, getting her the Vulpix sleeves for the premium pass this month. I don't usually do premium for her, but I think she would like this one in particular because she plays the game periodically. Does anybody know, is there a way to purchase the pass on a child Google account? I was looking and it did not seem like there was a way to purchase the pass through purchase settings. No, it literally just doesn't give you the option to buy it the way, however, Pokemon has it or Dina has it set up. Like, there's no, you click it and it just says this purchase is not possible or something like that. All right, if we draw Stoutland or baby dog, we might have a chance. Probably dead. Alright, I think I've got like 1 or 2 more L's in me for this one, and then we're gonna throw it away. Thanks for the 2 years, Akataku. Welcome back. If there is, it's the most convoluted thing ever. I spent 2 hours Googling trying to figure it out for my kid, and it didn't work, and none of it worked. Yeah, that was my... I spent like 15 minutes on it last night and then gave up. Griffin Bruce. One of the few proud members of the triple-digit sub club. Thank you for the 106 months. That is an eternity. Do my kids have tablets? No, my wife and I don't ascribe to the idea that you should lease your phones from the phone company. So we almost always buy unlocked Android devices outright. And then when we periodically upgrade our devices, we give our old devices without SIM chips to the smaller children. Although the boys who are 10 and 11 actually got SIM chips this year. So like I say. The toddler's not going to have one for a long time, but the boys have enough extracurriculars and are at friends' houses frequently in the neighborhood enough that felt like we needed to do that. Do you have purchase approvals turned on? I tried turning all of that off and none of it worked. Premium passes can be transferred between accounts. When I clicked transfer, it didn't do anything. I can pull it up and show you what happens when I click the transfer button here in a second, but on my phone at least it didn't do anything when I clicked transfer. Manaphy is a name I haven't heard in a long time. Two different colorless payoffs is interesting. So we'll put this up and hit them for 70, and then they'll have to put a 4th energy on, and then Tapu Lele can finish them. Dodge a Giovanni, we could dodge a ball here. Actually just cooked to the guard dog visage. The reason why we haven't seen Manaphy in a while, unfortunately. Greg, thank you for the 23 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh, that's a good thought. I could link their Pocket account to... I could link their Pocket account to their Nintendo account, and then log in to their Pocket account on a new emulated instance on something that doesn't have Pocket but has my Google account, and then subscribe to it through there. Greg, thank you for the almost 2 years. That sounds convoluted enough to work. More hoops than a hoopa. Yeah, okay. I think when I clicked the, what was it, premium pass, transfer pass privileges, will confirm whether you're able to transfer premium pass privileges which you purchased. You want to carry out this process. It wasn't necessary to carry out this process. What a useful, informative pop-up that tells me exactly what's happened. Just like wonderful interfaces that have definitely communicated to me what I was hoping to have happen. Thanks, Stina. Maybe once they make their second $1 billion, we'll have better interfaces. Fighting Stoutland for the opponent. Might as well play the other pup out, yeah. I was hoping for a Tina here to charge up. The breakpoints on Tapu Lele into Lillipup Stoutland are not great. They get to crack us for 20 and then evolve into cracking us for 70. Narcolepsy, thank you for the 2 years. Appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I tempo Sabrina, so that way they can't candy Stoutland my Tapu this turn. Do I leaf to save this energy? I think so, because they're gonna have a Stoutland. This is my doggo. There are many like it, but this one is mine. The Stoutland, the new hotness. I mean, it's like one of 4 things that are playable in this pack that are like... Is 4 things playable? It's one of like 2 things that are playable in this pack that aren't Ultra Beasts. Giratina. Ooh, second Tapu's not bad, actually. Does Gallade doesn't one-shot me, right? 2 energies is 110, weakness is 130, so they need Gallade plus a Giovanni here. Okay, second candy here is good. I think our old Sabrina switcheroo might have bought us the time we need with our candies. They had to put an energy on their Gallade so that way they could attack through my Guard Dog Visage, so I Tapu's a combo with Stoutland. They didn't have an option not to put this on. The old 1-2 punch. The same reason Gallade is good with Stoutland too, right? The opponent's deck's been making the rounds as well. They skipped putting the 6 on, though. Vulpix promo card for the Toddler Fund contributions are open. Thank you for the biddies, sir. I mostly am gonna get it for her because I know her response once she has the sleeves will be, "They're so cute." All right, so I think they're cooked at this point, right? We put energy here just so we could threaten an attack with this later. Oh, wait, no, I messed up. No, it's fine because I have Cyrus. I should have put an energy on here so that way... I should have put an energy on here so this Tapu could attack through... I forgot about their Stoutland penalty. We have Cyrus to get around my mistake, but If I didn't have Cyrus, I should have put the energy. I should have put the energy here regardless, but Cyrus lets us make up for the misplay. Yeah, cooked by Tapu. Alright. Having some alright pocket games this morning. I think we're gonna do one more leg of pocket here after the ad break, and then we'll swing on into Snap is my plan. I think based on how numbers have been, we're gonna do about 2 hours of pocket in the mornings to start, and then kick on over to Snap after. It'll be our daily schedule. Appreciate everybody that's here bright and early to start off with some Pocket Monsters today. Don't go anywhere, gamers. If you're watching on the YouTube side, consider tapping the like button. A little bit of engagement helps the content grow. Appreciate it. You actually don't have to use mod view to timeout for a specific amount of seconds. You can, the timeout command takes arguments. You can pass it. It defaults to 10 minutes or 600 seconds, but you can time people out for varying amounts. On the desktop browser, it tells you the arguments. It's /timeout, username, duration, and then reason. I've been seeing a lot of metrics about there being a record number of total houses for sale, while also simultaneously there being houses being at a record pricing highs. Do those things ever eventually adjust and like people take losses to sell and prices come down? Or does the inventory just stay perpetually high? Feels like something's got to give there too at some point, right? Feels like we're waiting on like a dozen of those. You're just like looking at the metrics, you're like, man, something's got to give there at some point, right? As someone who was blissfully ignorant and just starting undergrad when 07-08 happened, how much did housing prices drop when all that happened? They actually went down as a result of that, yeah? Not a matchup where Tapu Lele looks particularly good. Stoutland's fine here, though. Baby Dog is lovely. I want to set up Tina to be ready to attack here. Our opponent's got a lot of stuff. Is it crazy to Sabrina them here? I kind of like Tempo Sabrina. The average home price in 2000 after the 2007 stuff dipped about 50,000 from 304 to 257. It's a big dip. It's funny, as a young dumb kid, I incidentally benefited from all of the housing stuff being jacked up because one of my friends' semi-well-off parents had been doing real estate investing, and they got stuck with a property they couldn't sell when everything went to crap. So, to make the best of their bad situation, they rented it to their daughter and 2 or 3 of her friends, depending on how many of us could afford rent at a given point. So we got a brand new townhouse rented to us for a very reasonable rate, because they were just trying to get something out of their property that they were stuck with. Just making anything more than nothing, exactly. Man, I just noticed our opponent's username, and has there ever been a more appropriate username for someone currently playing a card game online? Man. For those at home just listening, their username is Scared of Women. I appreciate the honesty. Alright, first energy advantage, little dog, candy. We find a big dog, we'll be in a decent spot. I want to dig for a Tina here. Sedge, not the purple people eater we were looking for. I clicked through attacking. I'm excited for that to bite us in the bum. Ooh, that's punishing. Can we draw our 1 copy of Leaf? I go ahead and candy up to Stoutlands here. Missing that 20 will be relevant if they don't have their evolution. End up punishing us. I'm just talking and clicking at the same time. All right. No attack, big dog. My big dog says so. Well, we're not making incredible progress, but our rank number is slowly moving up today, so we're making progress in the appropriate direction at least. Is your goal to figure out how many times you can get timed out while giving me minis juice? You keep the turtle's name out of your filthy mouth. Rats! I saw fire energy. I was excited to Tapu Lele a Charizard. Alas. Do I want to attack with Tapu this turn? I don't think so. I guess it's good if they don't have all their stuff. When does my opponent not have their candy, though? They always have the candy chip. Alright, maybe we can win the bird coin flip, huh? I think we're just dead, yeah? Maybe a Tempo Sabrina could save us. If we would have won the coin flip to not need to put up a second thing and give them another point here, we might have been okay. It's never just the candy. It's always the candy. Okay, maybe we have a shot also, Lily. The new Marvel Snap web shop had a VPN exploit. Well, I'm glad they patched it quickly. I'll be curious to see how they handle that. More lol. Metal energy. Looks like Solgaleo. We've got little dog. We just need big dog and a piece of candy to be in a very good spot. Alright, we have medium-sized dog for the slow path to big dog, but ideally we get right to Stoutland next turn. Is double Shinnoctic on turn 2 good, chat? If so, why? Please explain. Really need a rare candy. So not just get got by a Solgaleo. If we hit the rare candy, I think we're actually favored. Alright, I think we're actually favored has been declared. Let's see if it plays out that way, huh? Playing the other one out here does mean that we get got by a Sabrina a little bit, but long term having 2 dogs is a big upside, so definitely want to play to that. They need to have Candy, Solgaleo, Sabrina this turn. They have all 3, you got me. If they don't have all 3, I think they're in a bad way. Alright, them being out means that they have all the Pokemon in their deck in their hand. Which is pretty good for us. No Solgaleo this turn is great. And Stoutland takes them 2 cracks to get through. And they're going to take 10 each time they do it. Okay, you have second Solgaleo, but the first one needs 3 to attack, and the second one also needs 3 to attack. I say this is a surprise. You continue to illuminate for nothing. And now, the Tapu means that even if they retreat this, they still die, right? So I'm putting them to 10. They retreat, they go down to 1 energy. Honey, I mean, we have the Guzma, so like, it didn't matter, but them choosing to take a line that leaves them dead on board is interesting decision making, let's call it. Yeah, okay. They were cooked either way. Look up and see the Tapu on the bench, and then tap out. Stoutland is definitely the most interesting and competitive card from our latest expansion. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 20 rather than putting an energy on Tina because the candy in hand with the Stoutland means that if they don't evolve, they lose the game, right? That's sad, but rewarded for holding the second Tina, I suppose. Your biggest dog, please. Unlucky. I think it's just this. If you think about it, Tina's kind of a big dog. Kinda if you squint, I suppose. I guess the downside of not hitting them for 20 means that they're at 90 now instead of 70. Yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to have teened last turn and I should have put them to 70. Just burning this. Syntax error. Thanks for the 3.5 years. Welcome back. Oh, they will have to put a third energy on this to do anything, and then the following turn they won't be able to attack with either of these. So this might end up binary. It's not like they're gaining much value for them having the extra turn here. Two turns off of stoking, 3 turns off of hitting me with the Sil Valley. Anytime Stoutland gets to live to tax more than one of their Pokemon, your opponent is just on such an incredible back foot. It's just a giant tempo black hole. Garg, thank you for the 2.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do I take my knockout here? Or do I Tapu the Charizard? That's close. I think I take my knockout. Me, a Death and Taxes player, is this Thalia? Yeah, essentially. And if they stoke, I mean, oh no, I only have one card. Oh no, it's exactly the card I needed. That's supposed to be pretty embarrassing, you know. Take it away your opponent's 5-card hand and then upgrading it still. And with 6 energies on this, it means that they need Lily plus a cape or Lily plus a potion here. So I have second Tapu. I suppose we have this as well. I guess if they have Lily Cape, I'm cooked, yeah. They need 2 sustained cards though. Just dead. Nice Mars. It's Druguzma, yep. Did you ever like Wendy's? Wendy's is one of the handful of fast food places that even in 2025 basically has nothing a vegetarian can eat. Is this some type of is this some type of internet meme that I'm unaware of? The Zoomers are not okay. Ooh, Silvally Rampardos daring today. Alright, there's a big dog. No candy, sad. I think I'm playing second Tapu. It's not very good in this matchup. If they don't have Fossil, our copy of Leaf probably puts them in the ground. We'll get to Leaf out and then Tina smash the Sylvalian one. I mean, I'd like to have Stoutland at some point, I suppose, but... Now I don't even need the Leaf to clear you next turn. I think that's what that pause was. That pause was, oh, I'm dying on the backswing. Huh? So, the fossil is scary. Am I supposed to Sabrina? Probably. But that does leave me exposed to. I think I want to play around. They've already played a Sylvally, but I guess they have Gladion as well. One is bad against Candy Rampardos, the other bad is get bad against Sylvally Supporter. Honey. I guess they didn't have the other supporter, huh? Sometimes lucky rubber ducky. Alright, well, this is the highest we've been this season. Thank you for the minis, Jace. Message received. Do you want to open on Tapu or Stoutland? I think I open on Tapu. It's close against Fire Energy. Sorry for the bait. That was my pack notification. So Herdier, energy. I think we Tapu them for 20 here rather than getting an energy. So this way, if they don't have their evolution, I get to clear them with Stoutland next turn. Now they do have their evolution. We're still in a pretty fine spot. He beeps, city boops, he bops, city wops. Chase is tearing us apart. Much like these sharp fangs of my opponent. And this is just one of those spots, right? Where, like, they can put the third energy and hit my Stoutland, But then, like, once they put the third energy on and hit my Stoutland, their next attacker is not happening for a really, really long time. I know a loophole when I see one, okay? I know a loophole when I see one. Thinking he can outsmart me. Second Tapu is good into their Charizard here. So Type Null comes to the front here, and then I assume they're building the Charizard. The opponent's archetype doesn't typically play cards like Leaf. So I think the game plan here is... Oh, really? They're putting... Well, oh, we could just Sabrina them here too, right? And they're probably cooked. Because they only have 1 point. So if I Sabrina and pull the Charmeleon up and clear that out, and then the Giratina clears this, they can knock this out. It doesn't matter. Honey, do you understand what's going on? I don't know that the opponent understands the position they're in. Stoutland is a card that, until you've played against it a couple of times, the typical play patterns your deck have really get thrown for a loop. And they just don't have a line for me, right? Like with the Tina set and ready to go, we take our point. I guess they can. I guess they could candy this Charmander, but the Charizard can't stoke this turn. They can't put up Silvally and take the knockout because Tina clears them on the backswing. So their only out is rare candying into Charizard, but even that's too slow. Thanks for the minis, Jace. I try. I should really look at how many points we have to start the day. I think we started the day. I have to go back and check. I think we started the day over here somewhere. So we climbed like a quarter or a third of the bar in 2.5 hours or so. That's not terrible. We played a bit of this, and then if you weren't here earlier, we played a bit of the Zera Aura Silvally deck. It's very reasonable from the meta report this past weekend. All right, I'm gonna tap an ad roll. I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my lunch. When we get back, we are going to check out the Marvel Snap update, and then we'll what's it called? Check out the Marvel Snap update, and then we'll be playing with their new card this afternoon in a couple hours. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere, gamers. If you're currently watching on the YouTube side, there was the new Dex report that went up over there. If you want to continue watching the live stream for Snap content, you'll want to kick on over to the Jeff Hoagland side.